Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Jason Nunez, and let's queer up South Florida and Florida. What is happening to Blue South Florida when LGBTQ crosswalks are removed? After U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy called rainbow crosswalks and other roadway decorations a dangerous distraction, writing in a letter to governors, quote, "Roads are for safety, not political messages or artwork," end quote. The city of Boynton Beach has painted over the rainbow crosswalk that has been in place at the intersection of East Ocean Boulevard and Southeast 1st Street since 2001. In a statement, the city said that they, quote, "removed the inclusionary-painted intersection on the 100 block of East Ocean Avenue to ensure full compliance with state and federal transportation mandates and address safety concerns," end quote. Despite there being no evidence that rainbow crosswalks contribute to accidents, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a transportation law this year stating that, quote, "nonstandard surface markings, signage, and signals that do not directly contribute to traffic safety or control can lead to distractions or misunderstandings, jeopardizing both driver and pedestrian safety," end quote. You know, I always wondered that if I were to cross that rainbow crosswalk, I would become gay. Like, this is, for me, this is one of the stupidest things, that it's another tactic, another, hey, look over here from our right-wing government. If you go to a Chinatown, specifically in DC, you have cultural signage on the floor painted because it's cultural for that community. Is that one going to get covered up next?
According to that, all artwork.
All artwork, because it's a distraction. Okay.
And what's ironic is that I know in years past I did a lot of grassroots organization funding for my neighborhood when I lived up in New York, and we got a mural painted on a specific crosswalk that was known to be a challenge and a danger, and there was a school close by. And I know for a bleeping fact that the senator at the time, which I had a good relationship with, proved or used statistics from the U.S. government saying that artwork on the crosswalks made people slow down because it was more obvious than streets and intersections that didn't have it. Being so close to a school, we did Sesame Street kind of stuff around and the accidents dwindled almost immediately. So now for the U.S. government to use that is just...
Call it a distraction.
It's just absolutely jackass. So my suggestion is that now every gay neighborhood or every gay area, paint every freaking wall, string lights across the streets, put up rainbows wherever you can, fly that flag big and tall with the American flag next to it. You know, do whatever we can. Can't do the road? Then make it the street sign. Right. Make it the side of the building. Make it, you know, as Disneyland as we have to, if that's what it takes.
Well, in Chicago, like for example, the Puerto Rican neighborhood has an arch over it with the flag, and it's a beautiful sculpture. Chinatown also has an arch. Do the arch if you don't want to mess with the streets. And by the way, everything you need to know about Sean freaking Duffy and his broodmare, I mean wife, Rachel, can be seen by watching season 3, that's the San Francisco season featuring Pedro Zamora, and season 6 of The Real World on MTV. Anything you need to know about this flotsam and jetsam, you can find it right there.
Oh my gosh. Well, I know that, like you said, buddy, I was thinking buildings, right? Paint the buildings in. Let's forget about this crosswalk. Let's just get the buildings painted. Get some companies to fund it, you know, let's raise funds to do it and pay a building for, you know, to allow us to do it type of a thing. But then I'm thinking, because they specifically said artwork or designs or things like that, and I'm thinking, how many of these places are going up where we're putting city seals stamped into the concrete that's like a dimensional aspect to the wall? That's artwork in itself too, right? I mean...
Well, and you look at what matters, you know, being involved in some of the civic activities and traffic calming. You know, we have bike lanes that are being painted throughout the city, or some that have existed for a while, in green to designate those areas. Right. We have stamped intersections that are raised to slow traffic. What's the real big difference other than hypocrisy and hatred?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be how they define the word artwork. So they're going
Yes.
to weasel a lot of it. You know they are.
Well, it's architectural when you stamp an intersection and paint it,
Right.
you know, a nice rosy red.
Right.
But I'm not going to worry about it because we're just going to beautify the rest of the damn neighborhood.
You're right.
And they can keep their damn streets as black and white as they want.
Absolutely.
Well, that is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.